give me my 7 financial tips that can help you to optimize your personal finance. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna share. I am live in my Facebook, and I'm live in my YouTube channel too. So if you're watching in my YouTube channel, welcome live. So tonight I'm going to talk about 7 financial tips which are very important to optimize your personal finance. So that's what I'm gonna talk about, and without further ado, let me get started and let me switch to my screen so that you can see some slides right here. Okay, great. All right, hold on. Okay, so this is all about how to optimize your personal finance, right? And I'm going to give you 7 tips that will help you to optimize your personal finance. It is very important to optimize our personal finance because many times we run through the busy schedules where all the time busy, 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 but we don't pay much attention to how our personal finance is doing, right? And because of that, we are losing a lot of money. Our personal finance is not running the way it is supposed to run. So that's why I thought, why not I share some tips so that you can optimize your personal finance. And that's the result of this live. So let me get started with this personal finance tips. Okay, tip number 1 is budgeting. Having a proper budgeting when it comes to optimizing your personal finance is really, really important. Now, why budgeting is important when it comes to optimizing your personal finance? Here is the thing: budgeting is very important when it comes to your personal finance, because when you do budgeting, you exactly know how much money you're making and how much money you're spending. And when you know these two numbers, you can always come up with a creative idea to save more and have more money for your future. And that way you can really, really optimize your finance. But if you don't know how much money you're making and how much you're spending, you don't know how much you're saving, you don't know what it takes for you to reach to your financial goals and accomplish some of your financial goals that you have kept, right? So it is very important to do budgeting. I would highly suggest to do budgeting at least once a month, if not quarterly, if not at least half yearly, so that you know what is going on in your finance. That way you can optimize your finance. Sometimes you find yourself spending a lot of money. When you do budgeting, you might come up with some ideas to cut down those spending and save a little bit more for your future, for your family's future, right? So number 1 is budgeting. Number 2 tips to optimize your personal finance is checking your spending. We need to check our spending. Many times what we do is we spend money, but we spend in some of the stuff that we really don't need it. Many times we go to malls and pick things which are in sales, but those things we just which are in sales does not mean that you are in need of those kind of stuff. But simply because it is in sale, you always feel like, oh, I need to have this. But when you bring it back to home, you will always put it in your closet, and you'll never take a look at those kind of stuff. And later on you will just give it to some person, or you just trash it after a couple of months or a couple of years, right? So when you check your spending, you will find what are the things that you are really spending for, and what are the things that you can cut down and save a little bit more money for your future, right? And many times what happens is, if we don't check our spending, some of the spending does not make sense to us, but we never pay attention to it, and we never take a look at it. That's why we're keep doing those spendings. So if you have a time, if you put aside a time to check your spending and really go through what kind of spending that you are doing in your day-to-day life. It will allow you to come up with some ideas to cut down some unnecessary spending that will put more money into your pocket or into your savings, right? That's number 2 tips. Now number 3 tip is checking your bank credit card statements. You know, if you check your bank and credit card statement, regular manner, what it does is it will help you to find out things, all those transactions that has been going through your bank and credit card. It is something that happened to me. I did not realize that I never signed up. I already have Amazon Kindle subscription, but I never realized that I've been paying twice every month, and I did not know how it happened, right? I have just one account. After like 5-6 months, when I went through some of my statement, I found like repeated transaction for Amazon Kindle subscription. So if I did not pay attention to my bank credit card or if I did not pay attention to my credit card statement, I would not know that I have been paying for Amazon Kindle twice, right? So when I knew that, I immediately contacted the customer service, and really what I did was I tell them that it wasn't from me, and they refunded my money. So many times what happens is, in our bank debit card or credit card, if we are running lots of transactions every day, every month, we may not pay close attention what are the things that has been what are the business or what are the things that in which we have been paying money. And you might find some transactions that are not by you, right? Lots of things are happening nowadays, and if you check your statement, it will help you to recognize those kind of transactions that will help you to optimize your personal finance. Number 4 is reboot your debit and credit card. This is very important. I would highly recommend you to cancel your debit or credit card at least once a year. Now this will help you in 2 ways. One, many times what we do is we sign up for some kind of membership, we sign up for some kind of magazine, we sign up for some kind of membership payment and stuff like that, and we might not using those services or those things as frequently in our life. But what happens is, because we signed up and we signed up for automatic payment and stuff like that, it has been, they have been taking money from our account, right? It happens. So when you cancel your credit card and debit card at least once a year, it will make you contact all the services that you really need and set up your payment again when you get your new card. And whatever the unnecessary services that you had earlier, you can drop it, or it can be dropped, because when you change your card, if you don't call them and update your new card information, it will be automatically dropped. Now now for all the services that are very important to you and that are very necessary for you, it is obvious, once you get a new card, you will call them and update your information, right? And whatever is not necessary, it will be automatically dropped. So that's another way to optimize your personal finance. Number 5 is automatic payment. If we have many bills to pay, right? Electricity bill, mortgage, and all those kind of stuff. It is very important to set up automatic payment for those kind of bills that you have to pay every month, right? And important, right? Because if we don't do that, sometimes we might forget to pay it in time, and it might impact in our record, and we might be paying fees and all those kind of penalties in those kind of bills, right? And it is very important you set up automatic payment for those kind of bills that you get every month, which are very important to you and you have to pay it, so that you will not miss any payment, and it won't impact your credit, it won't impact, in terms of paying lots of penalties and late fees, right? So that's another way to optimize your personal finance. Number 6 is diversify your money in various buckets. If you are saving money, if you are investing money, don't invest money in only one kind of solution or one kind of financial vehicle. Save money in multiple portfolios, so that if one does not do good, another will make it up. If another won't do good, another will make it up for you. So there is a very popular quote, right? Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. And it's so true when it comes to saving money. Don't depend in one financial vehicle, put it in several financial vehicles, spread it over, and contribute more and more. That's how. And number 7, which is last one, is grab tax advantages. If you can get tax advantages, try to get tax advantages in your wealth accumulation process. One of the way to get tax advantage is by being a business owner. Nowadays, with online business opportunity and with lots of business opportunity, you can earn as much as you want and as much as you can, but without investing tons and tons of money like many people does in traditional business, right? There used to be a time when anyone thinks about business, they have to come up with lots of capital, lots of expertise, lots of educations and stuff like that. But nowadays we're in information and technology age, and in this age you can start your business from your home, using computer and internet, and launch your business today or tomorrow, and get lots of tax perks that business owner basically gets, and save money in taxes. So that is last tips for you to optimize your health. Okay, so those are 7 tips how you can optimize your personal finance and really build a strong financial foundation. The 7 for your friends and families, so that other people will know additional ways to optimize their personal finance. And I, right, of you, and you will enjoy it. With that, I will come live